Live from Adessa, we're here in Accra. This is News 360 coming to you from Studio A. I'm Joyce Nibu.
And I am Kenneth Osei Ampofo. Now to the details. Ahead of the DVLA March 15 deadline for passengers to wear seatbelts, can commercial drivers fix the facility to avoid police arrest?
Also in the headlines tonight, fisher folk in Jamestown express worry at the depleting fish stock in their waters ahead of annual Homo celebration.
On Mission Ghana tonight, some aged persons at Apatanga, Akiba in the Bongo district of the Upper East region unable to access healthcare under the National Health Insurance Scheme.
And in entertainment, TV3 launches 8th edition of your most sought-after beauty reality show, Ghana's Most Beautiful, with a grand number of chiefs at Cape Coast.
Elsewhere in the world, the remains of up to 196 people from the MH17 crash in Ukraine have been loaded onto refrigerated rail wagons to be taken to unknown destinations.
The details.
Right.
Welcome back, and this is Mission Ghana on News 360. Some aged persons at Apatanga Achibuga in the Bongo district of the Upper East region are unable to access health care under the National Health Insurance Scheme.
They are too frail to move to the nearest CHIPS compound, which is about 1 hour 30 minutes by foot and 45 minutes by motorbike.
They told TV3's Wendy Lai the only solution to their problem is to construct CHIPS compounds closer to them.
These two old men are both old and frail. One cannot stand or walk and could only drag his buttocks across the floor to move. 80-year-old Inaye Adongo is assisted to even lie down. He has been sick for 3 years.
He's seriously sick with stomach pains. And then in the evening he feels cold.
He's too weak to reach the nearest CHIPS compound.
He has got the health insurance card and the free health care too. It has reached them, but the worst is that because he cannot walk and there's no means to send him to the health center. That is why he's lying down. And more to the point, the fatness of the health center.
With no one to help him, he will still be home. Aborigo Adongo, also 80 years, said he cannot walk to the hospital.
Anytime he wants to get up, it's like muscle pull. He will be experiencing some muscle pulls. So he cannot walk unless he sits about 30 to 45 minutes before he can be able to get up.
For 4 months, he has battled a sore on his heel with no success.
The health center is far from here.
We found Agila Akaribo under a tree. He complained of stomach and chest pains. He has never been to the hospital because he cannot trek to the nearest CHIPS compound, although he knows of the free healthcare policy for the aged.
He has heard of the free healthcare, but once it's far, he cannot reach there. That is why he said, okay, let me just relax myself here. When death come to meet me, then I'll go away.
He believes a health center in the community is the only way out. The assemblyman for the area said the situation is frustrating.
One time they called me to come and pick somebody to hospital. When I got there, the person is finished. I just died. Here I'm standing now. This is the place we have agreed with the community members and then the landowners to build the chip compounds. The DC assures us that if funds comes, he will give us the chip compounds.
TV3 earlier aired a story on inadequate chips compound in some parts of the Bongo district. A second visit to Amanga was to make a follow-up on any improvement in access to healthcare.
There has not been any change since TV3 came.
The district chief executive of Bongo, Alexis Ayamdo, confirmed Apatanga Chibuga is one of the earmarked areas for a chips compound this year, but the construction of the facility is dependent on the release of a district assembly common fund. He also entreated residents of Amanga to keep accessing healthcare at the nearest chips compound.
They play critical roles in transferring information on good agronomic practices to farmers in order to boost production.
Wendy Layu reports agricultural extension officers, despite their crucial role, face challenges.
They educate farmers on good agricultural practices. They encourage farmers to adopt new and improved methods of farming through study groups and demonstrations on farms. At Sateng, in the Talensi district of the Upper East region, farmers are educated on earth bonding, a procedure to check erosion and conserve moisture. Their thoughts, other agricultural procedures too. Kingsley Tindan has been farming for 10 years. He touched on how helpful extension officers have been.
Because of the bonds, we are able to get the fertilizer quantity that will appeal to our farms. And it also checks some of the water for our land, and we have moisture during drought this time. Yeah.
An extension officer's work transcends from the farming community to the overall development of the rural economy in general. Jonal Yiran has been working as a district extension officer for 3.5 years. Though he loves his job, he's concerned about the challenges confronting extension officers in Talensi.
The extension GOG fuel of late delays, it doesn't come as expected. And even the rate is an old rate. It has not been worked upon or increased. And as I speak now, we haven't had a first quarter release yet. And yet we are in the third quarter. Another challenge that we are facing is average yearly extension farmer ratio in Talensi district is 20,000 extension officer per farmer.
The Talensi District Director of Agriculture, Gideon Uredu, said uniforms provided by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture for extension officers is no more supplied. He also expressed concern about the untimely release of funds.
Right, News 360 is taking a short break. When we come back, we have some more. That's the end of Mission Ghana.